Startling sight at Torrey Pines State Beach. Several large sharks just a football field's length offshore. We'll go there live for the warning now coming from lifeguards.
Hundreds of Camp Pendleton Marines are battling those massive fires in central and northern California. How their hard work is saving communities.
And the rebound. While thousands of businesses are closing due to COVID, others are now able to open. The industries that are struggling and those finding new success.
ABC 10 News at 6 starts now.
We begin tonight with the warning going out along Torrey Pines State Beach. Sharks were spotted close to shore and Sky 10 was able to record them. At least one is estimated to be about 10 feet long, suspected to be a great white. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. Those sharks have not been aggressive towards people thus far. Our ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo joins us live from La Jolla, where lifeguards are asking surfers to be cautious. Laura.
Yes, Steve, they are, and there are advisories posted within a mile radius of where these sharks were spotted. The beach is open, but experts say that it's best to check with lifeguards if you do plan on coming to the beach and getting into the water. Now, let's get to some video of those sharks that was taken by Sky 10 earlier this afternoon. Our cameras capturing at least 3 sharks in the water about 50 feet from shore. State lifeguards say they were notified of 5 sharks total at around noon, the biggest about 10 feet in length. At one point, several surfers were seen swimming very closely to these sharks. A NOAA biologist tells 10 News these are juvenile white sharks that tend to eat fish, other sharks, or stingray. But once they are older, their diets do change when their teeth change, and then they begin eating large marine animals. Now, this was her advice for anyone that was deciding to get into the water within the next 24 hours.
Be wary if you are in the water and you see a seal or a sea lion that looks freaked out. I would consider getting out of the water. Times when you're at greater risk from attack by adults is near river mouths, especially after a heavy rain or at dawn or dusk.
I was just telling my friend I don't really want to risk it, so I'd rather leave for right now. I've been there for like a little too long.
And again, that was a surfer who decided that it was best to go home for the day after hearing about the sharks. Now, again, the beach is open, but experts are recommending that if you are planning on coming, to check with lifeguards. And again, that expert saying that dawn and dusk could be the most likely time where you could see a shark become aggressive. But again, these are believed to be juvenile sharks. Reporting live from Torrey Pines State Beach, Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.
Critical advice. Check with those lifeguards first. Thank you, Laura, for that live update. It was a good day weather-wise to be at the beach. Temperatures are still soaring in the region. The heat is leading to a flex alert for the county and the rest of California. That means we're asked to conserve energy through 10 p.m. But ABC 10 News reporter Jennifer De La Cruz shows us that some San Diegans are cashing in on the high temperatures.
When high temperatures are in the forecast, cooling off in the water is one of the best options in San Diego. While crowds headed to the beaches and lakes, some prefer making a splash at home during the pandemic. It's led to a big boom in business for Accurate Pool and Spa service in East County.
I take care of, about 100 other pools a week, so we stay busy. Just try to hydrate. That's the most important thing, and just find some shade every once in a while.
Eric Bauer says he's already been busy with a lot more people staying at home, but during a heat wave, he's constantly getting calls.
Pool guys are out here working in the heat all over the county, and so you guys can enjoy your pool on the daily basis. So take care of us.
In El Cajon, the freezers at American Ice Company are going into overdrive.
If you're producing ice, it doesn't make you as much ice because it's just too hot. The water's coming into the building.
With some restaurant closures and special event cancellations, they're not seeing their usual boost in business.
Our numbers are very low compared to what they were last year. But we can't stop. Holidays, emergencies, we got to stay open. We're, essential business.
The heat comes as fire danger continues to threaten our landscape. On Wednesday, a brush fire forced evacuations near Camp Pendleton, that fire scorching about 25 acres. And in Alpine, a blaze started close to where the Valley Fire was last month. Sky 10 was overhead, and you can see the smoke and fire retardant that stopped the flames. No structure damage was reported with either of those fires. Jennifer Dela Cruz, ABC 10 News.
And ABC 10 News meteorologist Angelica Campos is joining us now. And this may have been the peak of the heat wave, but it's going to be a while before we're back to normal. Hi, Angelica.
That's right, Kim. Yesterday and today, the hottest days of the week. For some communities, it was yesterday. For some others, it was today, including San Diego, making it to 97 degrees today, breaking the record of 93 degrees. We also broke records in Poway, in Palomar, making it to 89. In La Mesa, tying the record of 100. At the Oceanside Harbor, 87 degrees, breaking the record of 84. In Campo, breaking the record by 1 degree. And then Chula Vista as well, going up to 91 degrees, breaking the record of 90 degrees. As we look outside, it is clear out there, but it's also very, very dry, and the temperatures have only dropped very little. We're still around 96 degrees in Escondido at 6 o'clock in the evening. We're expecting more dangerous heat into tomorrow. However, the numbers will start to drop. I'll show you what to expect day by day in our 7-day forecast.
They're just proud to be a part of something that helps.
Now to an ABC 10 News follow-up. It has been nearly 2 weeks since more than 200 Camp Pendleton Marines and sailors left Camp Pendleton for the Creek Fire near Fresno. Our ABC 10 News reporter Cassie Carlisle reveals the brutal work they're doing to protect communities in danger.
This is why Marines sign up. This is why they join the Marine Corps, is to serve.
233 Marines and sailors deployed to the Creek Fire September 19th after a day of firefighting training on Camp Pendleton, showing they can adapt instantaneously.
We like to stay in the Marine Corps any climb, any place, and we like to adapt to our environment and anything that's asked of us.
In the Sierra National Forest, that meant manual labor.
Really hard, dirty work with some long hours.
Marines and sailors wake up at 5:30 a.m., leave for the fire line around 7:30, and head back to base camp around 6:30 p.m. That's an 11-hour workday every day.
They're assessing any hot spots, any areas that could potentially flare up.
A night shift also patrols with the same mission. During their deployment, containment of the fire jumped from 22 to 44%, making a tangible difference that hits close to home.
It's an honor to be back here and be able to help out the community. I spent a lot of time up here camping near where the Creek Fire is at.
Operation Chief Juan Gillian grew up in Fresno and is thankful to see the towns surrounding the fire reopening.
We're here to support as long as we're needed, and the mindset of the Marine and the sailors that are out here is just mission accomplishment. It's always like our priority.
A priority to protect. Cassie Carlisle, ABC 10 News.
All of the Marines and sailors volunteered to help with that firefight. The Creek Fire has burned more than 300,000 acres.
Now to the latest on the coronavirus in San Diego County. 305 new cases were reported today. 11 of those cases are connected to the outbreak at San Diego State. 9 more people died. 792 San Diegans have now lost their lives to COVID-19. Nearly half of San Diego City Council members are now under quarantine after being exposed to the virus. This is video from Tuesday's City Council meeting. Look carefully. You can see Council members Montgomery, Kate, Sherman, and Moreno attending in person, along with staff members. A city spokesperson tells ABC 10 News that a city employee who tested positive may have exposed them. We are told everyone who came in contact has been notified, and they are all asked to get tested and quarantined pending the results.
Escondido's high schools have unveiled their new plan to reopen. The district will stick with distance learning through the grading period, which ends November 6th. Some students will be allowed to return to campus before then, and that includes English learners and special education students. As long as conditions don't get worse, all students will have a chance to go back to school for some activities in November.
Today marks 3 years since a gunman opened fire on a concert in Las Vegas, killing 60 people. And all this time later, victims are still dying from injuries they received that day. Yesterday, an $800 million settlement was announced. The money will go to victims and their families. A local woman named Chelsea Romo was shot at the concert and lost her eye. We spoke with her today about how she's healed through the past 3 years.
I was going through so many surgeries and having so much at the time of the first and second that it kind of kept my mind so busy and so focused on that. And I tried so hard not to feel. But this year I feel it a lot more.
Doctors thought Romo would lose her sight and her speech, but you can see she has defied those odds. She now has a prosthetic eye and is on the road to recovery.
Well, happening right now, the Padres are playing for their playoff lives. There has been so much excitement during the short season, but the Friars desperately need a win to avoid a first-round sweep to the Cardinals. Our ABC 10 News reporter Anthony Pura is live outside of Petco Park, where fans are not allowed inside, but many are at the bars right now. Down 4-2, Anthony.
That's right, Steve. They are outside, and I can tell you the Padres fell behind early in this one, so it was pretty quiet here in downtown. But in the past few minutes, in the fourth inning, the Padres scored 2 runs, and the folks over here at Bub's, they finally had something to cheer about. We were hearing them from across the street. The fans re-energized. Padres still behind, but they are still holding out hope that they can make a comeback here. The fans haven't been to a postseason since 2006, so this game means a lot to them.
When you're born and raised here, it means a whole lot. You know, it's been a tough decade plus, and we're ready to get some winning baseball.
Yes, I've been a fan since I was a kid, so yes, it's really important to me.
There's a lot of emotions. You know, we're actually happy to be back in the postseason. It's been a while, so more excitement. So hopefully we make it deep in there.
Now, as far as the atmosphere here, not what you'd normally expect for a playoff game with so much on the line. Normally, you'd expect large crowds. Parking would normally be hard to come by. Not the case today. We were actually able to find parking pretty easily. The pandemic and the capacity at the restaurants obviously playing a factor, but still a lot of excitement from Padres fans and still a lot of baseball left to play tonight. We are going to continue to stay down here and hang out with the fans from a distance, and we will check in with you on later editions of ABC 10 News. We're reporting live tonight. Anthony Pura, ABC 10 News.
Plenty of Padres fans out there. Hope they have a good night. Thank you, Anthony.